me know, and she is very, we were in Tanjore, we had gone for Mela to Bhagavad Mela, and there in that guest house, she read about 13 chapters and made some good suggestions. So I'm very grateful and happy that you are here, Prashanda. And my so many friends, my sister Indu, my friend Vidyasa, other friend, I don't remember all of them. Alex is here, Chinni is here, Yunus is there, everybody is there. So thank you very much for coming and so well. My Kashmiri family is also there. Mr. and Mrs. Anna, thank you for coming. So there is participation from Kashmir also. Sapita is there from Madras University, Pondicherry University, Noori Amma, my dear friend. So glad, coming all the way from Timbuktu, she's here. So in short, I will say I don't take much time. I came here in 1973. I was posted in Coimbatore, but there's a collector's conference. So my collector, Shiv Kumar, he brought me to Chennai for the conference. And I was staying with my husband, he was not husband, we were not married, he was my fiancé. His parents lived on Anamrit, 3rd Main Road. So I stayed with them when I came here, and I attended the collector's conference. And that is the first time I met Mr. Karunanidhi, Mr. Sabanaika, the DGP of police, Mrs. Tracy. First time I've seen an Anglo-Indian man, because in Delhi, old Delhi where I lived, I haven't seen Anglo-Indian. And so that was a big thing to get exposure. And we attended the conference where the Chief Minister Stalwart was there. So that was my first memory of coming to Chennai. And then, you know, what was nearby was Aiyar Club, Boat Club, Theosophical Society, Music Academy. It's a place, beach. My mother-in-law took me first to temple, Mailapur temple for prayer after marriage. My fiancé took me to beach for a round on the bike. So this is how I came to know these places. My father-in-law was very keen that I should keep educating myself, so he made me a member of Theosophical Society and the library. So I got exposure to Theosophical Society very early in life. Then there was a Kala Chitra next door. Then there was certain kind of beach where you used to go for walks and Tarina. So this is all what was happening, because I was living on that street on 3rd Main Road. And the night there was so different, you know, the God will come to your house from Ganesh temple, then the Marketing Macham, but these elderly people will go around and singing and dancing and all. So all that, I was in old days in a Muslim locality, I have seen this before. So all these was very different things, you know, which you see. And so my memory right from the beginning have been very vivid. I don't see temple like that, so lofty, like Mailapur temple. Because North India temples are very small. They're hidden between the residences. They're not conspicuous because they should be very much seen. So this is the entire dance, meeting Padma Subramaniam, meeting other dancers, the dance schools, and then we ourselves got so involved that we are ourselves conducting Mailapur festival. And there are half a dozen festivals happening in Mailapur. And I became in charge of temple, commissioner of Hindu Religious Endowment. I was the first woman who worked as a commissioner of Hindu Religious Endowment. Nobody wanted. They said women cannot enter the temple because they get periods. So, you know, so but I first, then we went up to I did Kumbhabhishekam, I went on the temple tops, I did all kinds of things. And I got saris from every goddess. But I did keep them. Whenever I saw anybody who is depressed, who is not happy, would you like to have a sari from goddess or praise me? I was very generous. I just kept one from Kamakshi temple. I have given away all to any person I saw was sad or unhappy. But it was a great pleasure to receive them and be happy. So this beautiful, you know, I have pulled the chariot of Mailapur temple. Because I was commissioner, they said you can pull it. So I, as a woman, have stood there and pulled the chariot. I have so many beautiful memories of this place. So I had to write them down. And I worked everywhere, every important place. I was fortunate as the collector of Madras. I was in Raj Bhavan. I had access to Rajaji House. I was working at Tamil Nadu Archives. I became director of culture, so I had access to College of Art, Music College, all that. It's a very, very special institution here. Now, I don't think anybody else could have written this book because I had access to all this information, and everybody was willing to give me information. You see, I can put an archive, and still there are old people there, and they want this paper, and they will search for me. So I would say that I had an advantage, because I had spent many years working in different institutions in Madras city. So I think, and then, you know, I was written about old shops, chicken castles, music clubs. Yeah. And the restaurant used to eat, like, they used to come at King. And when we were really poor, we used to go to Waldorf, eat under the tree. You know, Chinese food under the tree, that the building was not there. And IIT students used to eat in 10 rupees chicken fried rice. So the students could eat in 10 rupees, you know, and then go back. We used to spend maybe 20 or 30. So that was the way we experienced Madras. And the woodlands, driving woodlands, getting to know the communications, how nice it is, the Vada, Monaiti and all that. So I put everything together, but we felt how I learned. And I also written that once in a year we have to save money and go to Golden Dragon and Taj. Because that was the best Chinese food on earth. Even today I will say it is the best. I don't go there anymore because I can't afford it, but it was such a superb food which we used to have in Golden Dragon. We'll go on with his birthday or our wedding anniversary. So I say yeah. So I put all these places, the experiences, the food, the villas were there at that time, and they got closed, and now we just come back again. It is wonderful. Buhari was there, and there's one Buhari in front of my office, so everybody who came to my office got a biryani. So that was a standard thing, biryani now, and everybody was willing to come to my office because they were meeting over the biryani. So I'm very grateful because I'm from Kashmir, and Kashmir as well as almost gone. We can't even go back there. And this place has given us a home, it has given us friends, it has given us a life, it gave me a career. I don't want to go and live anywhere else. This is my home, and I love this city. At the end of the book, I have written I like to die here. Even though my whole family is Australian, they all are Australian citizens except me. I have written I like to die here and put my ashes in Marina. Thank you very much.
Chandra is a very old friend, and when she called up and said, I've written this book and I'd like it to be released as a foundation, the answer was immediately, of course. And it is a great pleasure for all of us that she is here with us today. Mrs. Gariyali started her career as a young IAS officer in Madras in 1973. Okay, I came a year later to Chennai, to Madras. So from Madras, I came here in 1974. And so she has become a part of the city in the last 51 years. And also the first woman secretary to a governor in India. So she has these two very important births to her credit. Madras, she says, is the safest city in India. And in this day where, no city, no place in India seems safe for women, I hope and pray that Madras always remains safe. It's the gateway to South India, and it attracts students for health. In fact, I came across a statistic today which says that the maximum number of students to India visited Chennai. It's no longer Delhi and Bombay. She is at present the founder member of the Schizophrenia Foundation of India, and I'm very happy to welcome Dr. Raj Kumar, who is one of the founders of SCARF, and she's also a founder trustee of the Equitas Development Initiative Trust, which works with 30 lakh women in micro enterprises across 14 states of India. She's also serving on the board of Ashwini Illam and Equitas Health Foundation. She is the advisor to Saraswati Educational, Cultural and Charitable Trust, founded by her mother, Mrs. Indra Gariyali. It conducts the 10 days of Vasant Utsav, a dance festival at Mylapore Temple, about which Mr. Vasan sang, and honored Vedic scholar. She has written 17 books, out of which 6 are women's empowerment and 1 book each on Tamil Nadu model of governance and the dignity of life. To tell you what kind of person she is, I must mention a personal experience which she had forgotten, and I had to remind her in the morning, but I haven't told the whole story. In 1941, my great-grandfather, Sir C.P. Ramaswamy Aiyar, gifted a house in Maple Street to the Corporation of Kumbakonam for running a free school. Of course, like everything, sorry to say this, with so many IAS officers past and present here, everything the government does at some point goes disappears. And after a few years, the school closed down and the building became a den of liquor, people using it for drinking, and God knows what else. Then Mr. Srinivasan, who is from Kumbakonam, this building is in the heart of the city, Maple, for those who know Kumbakonam, right in the heart of the city. He came and said, Madam, this building is there and it's being used for drinking. People go, it's in a terrible condition. There was a beautiful house on it, which over there somewhere in between the corporation of municipal corporation of Kumbakonam broke down the house and built an asbestos roof building. So it was ugly sight. Any case, we then went to the corporation and said, we will run it as a free school. My congratulations to Dr. Gariyali for this wonderful work, which has given character to an ancient city that has grown from a small fishing village to a leading metropolis. Welcome again to everybody. Thank you very much for being here and for coming and releasing this book, which is a wonderful day for us. Thank you.
All of you, my respects to Dr. Nandita Krishna, Mr. Veena, and Dr. Gariyali on the dais, and all the people of the dais. My introduction to Dr. Gariyali again was through books. Long back in 2007, I was trying to understand the microfinance space before we wanted to start Equitas. There has been a lot of research work, and I came across a few books written by Dr. Gariyali when she was in service also. She was in service in those days, and the books were about women empowerment, the role of women in society, and the movement of self-help group in India. So all kind of those books she had written, and that's the area that I was thinking of starting a company in those days. So for me it was a very interesting read, all those books, and it gave me a lot of insight of this self-help group movement in the country, but also all about the women empowerment. I mean, I've probably just heard of those terms in those days. I had really no idea. Being just a normal employee in a finance company or a bank, so I had really no idea I was not connected to this space at all. And the books that I read, which was authored by her, was very interesting and gave me some kind of a connect, some kind of an inner flip, so to say, to make me get more interested to find out what it's all about. And that's how the whole idea of starting Equitas really came about. So my introduction to her was through her books, even though I had not met her at that time. And then having read her books and finding it very interesting and kind of motivating, I wanted to see who is this person behind the book in physical form. And so we searched the government directory, and then we figured out that she was the principal secretary to the governor at that time. And so that's how we made a call to her. And it was very coincidental that it was 31st December 2007 when I called her and told her that I have been reading your book, and I really wanted to meet you to get a more insight about microfinance, women empowerment and all the stuff. And she said that today is my last working day, I am retiring today. And she said tomorrow I am going to come back to the government to clear up my material. So if you are interested, you can actually come on 1st Jan 2008 to the Raj Bhavan, to meet me, and so we went there. And Bhaskar, my CFO was Bhaskar, so my CFO and me. So we went there and met her, and that's how I got introduced to her. And it's been a very wonderful journey for the last 17 years. It's been a great journey. Many of the things that we have done have been her brainchild or a brainwave or her idea or a contribution, and she has been of immense help to us in the entire journey of Equitas, especially on our social side. So she is a voracious writer and she keeps writing, and I think if she had not been in service, by now she must have authored maybe 50, 100 books, God knows. She's a really voracious writer, and now she has chosen this topic of my MADRAS, and it's a very interesting topic. When they changed the name of our city from Madras to Chennai, I'm sure a lot of us, many of the oldies like me, right, would have felt very sad that the word Madras is getting changed. And it took a long time for even personally for me to accept that it's not a Madras any longer, it's Chennai. And for many years I refused to say Chennai, I was only saying Madras. I'll say I want a ticket from Madras to, Delhi or something like that. I refused to call it as Chennai for a long time because it's so difficult to give us that name. And now, of course, we are used to Chennai quite comfortably. But that Madras has a lot of nostalgia for many of us. And Madras is not just the capital of Tamil Nadu, it's the gateway to South. And I remember long back, many years back, I was in Delhi meeting somebody, and then he said, I'm coming to Madras next week. I said, wonderful, then why don't you drop into our office? He said, sure, I'll drop in. How long is it? I said, where are you coming to Madras? He said, I'm coming to Cochin. So, for them, everything south of India is Madras, right? They never saw the distinction between Madras and South. So it was like that. And this was a time when they were happy. When they are angry with South, you know what they used to call it? Right. Sala Madrasi. Whoever you are in South, it doesn't matter what you are in South. That's how they call you, if they are not happy with you. So Madras, that way is such a great word and synonymous with so many things connected with us. That's very difficult to give up that word Madras. And now that we have got a book, I am very sure that we will get some part of that nostalgia back in us, all of us again, and hopefully the word Madras will continue to etch a great memory in all of us. So I am really appreciative for Dr. Gariyali to have written this book, and as usual in our own style, it's a very interesting book with a lot of anecdotal messages and evidences all over the book, and with a lot of good photographs also available in the book. It's a good read, and hoping that people will all buy it and read it and just get a feel of what it was like in those days. So thank you so much, and I wish the book and the author all the best. Thank you.
Morning to all of you. It is my proud privilege to be associated with this book release function. The book My Madras, authored by Madam Gariyali. I'm sure I read when the introduction of the book. The madam used to be so affable when we were in 30s. I'm still in 30s, but when madam was there, the secretary, she used to be so affable. She will walk into anybody's room and otherwise say, oh. And initially we used to feel this because in our culture, the women offering the hand, shaking hand, occasionally hugging you. But that tells about the personality of Madam Gariyali. She used to be so affable, she is so affable, and I am sure while going through the introduction of this book is as affable as Madam Gariyali. Each one of us, whether we are old or young, we must read this book. For those who have memories of the Madras, we must read to reconnect with those places, to rekindle those memories. How was Spencer Plaza? In fact, I have also seen when we kept the Spencer Plaza was there, subsequently it was pulled down. Similarly, many other places, majority of those places are still there, but all of us, and especially those who are in 70s and 80s, we have a lot of, we must be having a lot of memories of those places. So this book will take us back to the history, those pleasant moments, those memories, and those who are young, who do not know much about Madras. For them, it is more essential to read this book, to know that how the predecessor of Chennai was. This is a beautiful city. As Madam mentioned in her book, it is very sad city. I come from North India. And when we compare Chennai with many of the cities in the north, I have no doubt in saying that Chennai is far, far better. When I joined the service, everyone started question that we can't go. In fact, when I joined civil services, I joined IAS. It so happened that one gentleman, Lieutenant Tempa from Arunachal Pradesh, he resigned from the service, and there is a rule of civil services that if any vacancy arises during the foundation course, before the foundation course is over, that vacancy is to be filled up on the same batch. It so happened, Mr. Lieutenant Tempa was allotted Tamil Nadu cadre, and earlier he was in income tax, his elder brother was in politics, in Congress, but he was not doing physically well. So they decided that if you get Northeast, then you continue in the service. But if you don't get, you get some other cadre, that time you can resign and take my place in politics. So after seeing that Mr. Tempa has been allotted Tamil Nadu, he resigned from the service, and I was on the borderline. So I was inducted in service. In fact, I got IAS letter, but I got Tamil Nadu first. The letter said that you are allotted to Tamil Nadu cadre of IAS. Many people advise me that this card is not allotted to you by roster system, because I got the place of Mr. Lieutenant Tempa, it was not by roster. I was advised that why don't you move to the CAT, Administrative Tribunal. We are grateful to you, Madam, for having narrated the story of Madras so nicely in your book. I will certainly read all the chapters, because every chapter talks about a particular place, how it is, about its history. So we can learn much more about the city by going to my Madras. I am thankful to you for giving me this opportunity. In fact, Madam has been requesting me that whether I will come and inaugurate. This is going on for almost past 1 month. And I knew that I may not continue. I mean, I will not be at for longer period as CS, because this was going on for some time, that I may move to Vera. So I said, Madam, I'll let you know. I'll let you know next week. Finally, I told Madam, I'll let you know on 19th Monday, because I knew that that is the day I'll be going to Vera. But that day afternoon, to my pleasant surprise, Madam reached to Vera office and said, I want to invite Siddharth Meena for this book, receiving the copy of the book. So I am grateful to you, ma'am, for giving importance to the relations and inviting me to receive first copy of your book. I'm sure this book would be well received by each and everyone, whether young or old, and we may expect many more such books from you. So thank you, and thank you all once again for giving this opportunity, and especially to Dr. Nandika for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Since this was a last minute addition to today's program, I'm not really prepared, but I just thought that I would share some of my memories that I had with Chandra over the last 40 years or more. It began when I came back to Tamil Nadu Kaga in 1980, and both of us were deputy secretaries in the secretariat. So I was looking at everything with a lot of trepidation, but her laughter used to ring out in all the corridors everywhere, and she just dragged me along to all the places which she visited. And I went along, and I must say, she took me out of any kind of impression I could have gone into or anything, because she was great fun, and we were always laughing. Of course, the highlight of that 1980 was the visit of Prince Charles and now King Charles. At that time, though we had nothing to really do with his visit, we knew Mr. Kilmartin, who was the Deputy Secretary Protocol. So both of us went and said that we want to be assigned some work. So that made me in charge of the St. Mary's Church in Fort St. George, where I was to receive him and take him around. And she was to be in the archives to show him all the old documents of the East India Company and the early British rule. So both of us were waiting anxiously. He landed up in the church, and I was too thrilled taking him around and showing him the various inscriptions, including the signature of Robert Clive in the marriage register. And then, of course, she was waiting at the Fort Museum. I thought we are etc. So she was waiting there, but it seems that she mentioned that in her book, and she had to rush back. He had to run and go to, he had to miss that thing, and he went back to talking with the British High Commissioner's residence. So, of course, the Gariyali is always very resourceful, Chandra, very, very resourceful. She took all the material and reached the residence before he did, and spread them out there and had a nice 20-minute interaction with the prince, now king. Then both of us found our way to the Rajaji Hall. We just presumed we were invited, so we were deputy secretary. So both of us were there. We said, come on, we have that photo of us both with him in the book. And Mr. Karthikeyan, who was the chief secretary, was a very obliging, nice person, and he indulgently allowed us to do that, and we had a heart full of photographs. And then suddenly we realized that we had not even bothered to look in the direction of the chief minister, Mr. M.G., who was there, and we suddenly saw the dark glasses of the, and I said, oh gosh, we are in Michigan, let's rush there. So we ran there, and he very, I think he accepted our greeting. So that was one thing. The other, it was great fun, as I said. There were also visits with the Pope, but I won't go into that. The other incident I'd like to tell you is that when we were collectors, there was, MJ had brought in this, what was that, to remove all the village traditional headmen and put in new recruits. So what all the collectors had to do was to land up in Yelena, that is the board of revenue, with all the registers, village registers, which were parted from every district and kept there, and we had to sign transferring all these to the new people. So at that time we had a real, what shall I say, very, very difficult Commissioner for Revenue Administration called Mr. Pasupati. So we were all absolutely scared of him, and he kept us there like captive prisoners, said you're not to go out, you have to sit here night and day and sign. So we were signing for 2 days. The only one who escaped his thing was Gariyali. She would have, luckily she was collector of MADRAS. So she suddenly realized she was not around. Where is Mrs. Gariyali? And she just walked in. So he said, Gariyali, by what authority do you appear and disappear like this? So she said, sir, also MADRAS collector, I have worked there. So that was a good excuse for us. You all have to come back to So these are some of the things which I remember. I mean, you can be sure that don't think that bureaucracy is very dull and all that. We had a rolling time in our career, laughing most of the time. And as she said, as Mrs. Nina said, she's an affable person. I don't think there's anybody left whom you have not hugged. So, but anyway, that's how I still continue with her. We always have a good time that she's around, and that's what she brought out in this book. I remember talking about her when she wrote her other book, My Incredible Journey. So it's full of information, and she's really put it all together so well, takes you back in time, because those are times which we should always remember, and we still do. Thank you very much.
So they got such a good laugh. Thank you so much. Satya, I think I should have a special session with her telling us the story of Satya Gariyali. Thank you.
Please thank Madam Gariyali for having chosen this venue especially, which is justly we are all enjoying, befitting since the CPR Foundation accords utmost priority in fostering, nurturing and preserving the heritage, tradition, culture and the historical background of Chennai, the MADRAS now. Once again, thank you for the wonderful book and for having chosen our foundation as a launching pad for your. Thank you. I offer my sincere thanks to Sri P.M. Vasudevan sir, MD and CEO, Equitas Small Finance Bank Limited, for having consented to release the book, and to Sri Ramaswamy Aiyar, IAS Chairman, Tamil Nadu Real Estate Regulatory Authority, for having consented to receive the first copy of this book, and for their wonderful speech. The President of the Foundation, Dr. Nandita Krishna Madam, related the major material contained in the book and brought out the thrust of the text in her individual way of oration. She is our great source always, source of encouragement and inspiration to all the activities of the Foundation. Thank you, Madam. Dr. Chennai Krishna, sir, is here, board member of the Foundation is here. Thanks are due to the August presence and blessings, sir. I thank the publishers, Saraswati, I told the word, Saraswati Educational, Cultural and Charitable Trust, Chennai, for having brought out, published this book, beautiful book. And I also sincerely express our thanks to the guests who have gathered here to grace the occasion. I thank all my colleagues and staff members of the Foundation for their excellent cooperation and presence and making this program a successful one. Not but least, I thank the press, the friends from the press and media for their presence and constant support in all our endeavors. And all our well-wishers who are here, we acknowledge your benign presence and please accept our expression of gratitude. Once again, my thanks and respects to one and all present here. Thank you.